Hello and welcome to episode 27 of the HamCorp Training Manual. In this episode, we craft the classic Stargate, enter the desert dimension Abydos, and go tomb raiding. This is definitely legal and allowed. Straight back into the action, making my first raw Stargate rods. Got my first activated Stargate rod, which I'm going to use for a scan so I can finally make the Stargate component assembly. Which, by the way, is another layered process, but I don't know, I kind of don't see the point in automating it fully. I mean, I can, it's easy, it's just copying this setup, but is there really a point? Because how many times am I actually going to be doing these recipes, you know? As far as I know, it's just the one time to make the gate, so I could just do this manually. I think I will. The only trouble is picking up the Quadria because it's 9000 Kelvin, and I don't think I have anything that can hold 9000 Kelvin. So I might have to do that part with AE2, but that should be easy enough. I just need to supply it. That's all there is to it. Okay, home stretch, let's put this thing down. I'm gonna also get this dimensional finder going while I craft the Stargate. I'm telling you right now, I am not building this at the top. It's all disconnected and it's gonna need like dirt scaffolding. It's disgusting. I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna use the terminal. The one and only time, hopefully, unless there's more disconnected stuff, then I don't want to do that stuff. Sick. The dimensional finder does need computation. And that's kind of the reason I decided to put these two things here behind the tower so that I can access these quantum computers and reroute this cable. Just so I can easily get the computation here without having to make a whole new HPCA. But now, I'm gonna make this Abydos inscribed coordinate crystal. And I'm gonna get started on crafting stuff over here. I've set up a little manual helping system here so I can turn on which of the inputs goes into the stocking input bus. I figured it would make it a little bit less tedious. I did somehow miscount how many Lunaris and Proto-Energized runes I needed, so I kind of have to wait for this, but once that's done, we'll get this going. Hello? Is this working? Oh, dude, it forms without the energy hatch. I just assumed it didn't need energy, but it does need energy. Okay, interesting. Alright, I got this thing going. It's gonna take a while. It's something like, I want to guess 12,000 seconds, or ticks, 12,000 ticks. It's actually not that bad. This estimate is not correct at all. It's not 28,000 seconds. As you can see, it's already like almost 10% done. It's only been like less than a minute, so it's actually pretty quick. I know in the past this used to be a probability output, but I guess we'll see. Maybe it's guaranteed. You know, this is really easy to set up with layered. I just need a bus converter and I need to guide some cables over here. The inputs could be manually placed, but then the actual layered automation could still be automated pretty easily. I'm gonna do that. Let's see, moment of truth. Yep, it is indeed guaranteed. Or I got lucky. But here's the coordinate crystal. Now there's apparently hidden knowledge. And if I look at NEI or EMI, Sneak right click with a coordinate crystal in the air to absorb its hidden knowledge. Well, I don't want to scan it again, of course, so I'm going to do the scanner recipe to dupe the crystal, and then I will right click it to gain access to this knowledge, and also to the dimension once I have the Stargate. I don't know what this knowledge stuff is. I guess we'll see. I accidentally did it in the dimensional finder again because I forgot to clear the slot, so it just started once I crafted my second blank crystal. And I got a second Abydos crystal, so I think it is guaranteed. Now let's see what this does. Interesting. I thought this would be consumed, but it's not. So we have coordinates now. As for the Stargate itself, it's still crafting. Almost done collecting all of the 24 ring blocks. I have 18. I need 6 more. Then I will convert one of them to a base block. Should be really easy. And I'll convert 9 of them to chevron blocks. Also pretty easy. Again, I somehow miscounted the runes. I need to make more runes. I'm gonna do that right now. That's all the ring blocks and the chevrons. And finally, classic Stargate base block, which completes the entire Stargate. Now this is not the end of the mod pack. Nope, if it was, this would be a lot more epic of an ending. This is just the first step. This unlocks a new dimension. I need to figure out how to actually use this thing though, and where to put it. This might be a good spot. I never built the CEO office, but I could see 3 rings going here. That would be pretty cool. Let's put it over here. So I got the interface back here, full of energy. I've got the dial home device over here. I don't know if it actually needs to be like in this spot, but I assume it does. And finally, the crystal and the gate. Okay, let's get going. 26, 6, 14, 31, 11, 29. Sometimes it'd be like that. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, let's go in. Ow. Why does it hurt here? What is this? Fire pit? The sands are eroding me. Interesting. Don't know what that means. Whoa, okay. I knew it was a new dimension, but I did not expect like a full dimension, you know? I thought it was gonna be like a skyblock, but in another dimension. Okay, this has opened up a lot. I need to figure out how to deal with this eroding sand stuff. Surely the quest will guide me. Now, I don't know what I need to do here, so I'm gonna quickly run back home, read the quest book a bit, and I'll be right back. Alright, it's time for a bit of exploration. Not my favorite activity in the old GregTech gameplay loop, but at least it's not a lot of it. Now, as for this erosion thing, I think I kind of just have to eat the damage for now until I find a way to get around it. I mean, I basically instantly heal, so it's not really a big deal. There is pretty typical ore generation here. So there's monazite on the surface, which would imply that there's monazite underground, which I'm not sure if that's true or not, but I hope it is. There's some villagers here. This guy's a nitwit, literally. I don't know if there's really anything in the villages for me. I kind of don't think so. In fact, I'm not totally sure what I'm looking for, but it might be this. Yeah, buried tombs. So here I can get a pharaoh's necklace, hopefully, and that, I think, might stop the sands. I don't know what this ring panel does. I guess I'll take it. No use, though, apparently. Same with this transport rings. Don't know what this is. I feel like I could have made this like a fast travel point, basically. I don't know. But yeah, looks like nothing here unless there's something underneath. Ooh. Here's a golden idol. What can I do with this? Nothing. This chest has 2 smithing templates with Dune armor trim. Is that Dune like Dune? That's funny. I don't know how armor trims work, because Minecraft. I don't like Minecraft. Here's a ruined precision drive mechanism. I can duplicate these, interestingly. I don't know why I would need to. But I can also scan this to be able to craft the precision drive mechanism, which is used for UHV components. Oh boy. Okay, interesting. I think I just need to explore, get a bunch of these ruined components so I can scan them. There's 8 of them. Maybe more, but 8 for the quest. Wonder if there's anything under here. No. Okay, I guess I'm gonna explore for a bit. Look around for more of these tombs. See what I can get. I made a waypoint so I don't get completely lost. And hopefully I can stop this constant damage ticking, because it's already a little annoying. Ooh, another pyramid. That's not the one I spawned in. Aha, 3 necklaces. I don't know why I would need more than one, but I guess I'll take them. What happens if I actually put it on? Do we stop getting eroded? Seems like it, but it hasn't completed this quest, so I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm kind of just locked into doing this until I find the rest of the parts anyway, so I'm gonna explore for a bit. Okay, getting into this second pyramid has completed that quest, so what to do in here? This one seems to have multiple levels. That's interesting. This is a familiar design. I'm scared of TNT now. Anything behind the throne? Anything under this? Nothing here. Weird, there's like nothing in this place, but that was kind of a disappointing pyramid. I thought there'd be a lot more. Maybe I just got unlucky. What is this? Big ass walled city of nothing. Cool looking gate though. Cool. Alright, what you got for me, game? Just missing one more ruined component. I really don't know what I am supposed to be doing with these transport rings. They seem kind of useless to me and they don't stack. I kind of just want to throw them away. I think I will. Same with the ring panel and the golden idol. Well, I'll keep the idol. That's the last of the ruined parts. Now I'm looking for bacteria. It's kind of implied here that it's stored with the treasures, so I guess I'll keep exploring. Whoa! I'm in a second pyramid. And I found nothing again, so I assumed like something has to be wrong, so I just dug down more. You have to go through the sand layer, and there's more. There's a monster spawner, but I'm playing on peaceful, so haha. A knack chestplate, interesting. Pure knack, raw knack, a knack axe, more pure knack, interesting. I should go back to that first pyramid. I should even check out my own pyramid where I spawned. Ooh, ominous. Here's some bacteria. Nice. This is what I wanted. A runic tablet fragment 6. Interesting. More bacteria. Fragment 5 and 4. And that's it. I don't know what this runic tablet is for. Looks like it's for a multi-block. Whoa. Cool stuff. Very cool stuff. But I only have 3 of the fragments and I need 6. So hopefully the other pyramid has the rest. Honestly, I didn't have to explore that much. This is pretty chill exploration. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the starter pyramid has anything underneath, but I found some stuff. I found some more Naquata like armor, and I didn't notice this before, but it's not actually craftable, and yet I need it for scans. So I'm glad I got these. I'm still missing the legs, so I probably need to explore a little bit more, but I don't want to do that right now. I'm pretty happy with what I have. Oh, time to go back. I said, time to go back. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, I had to slash spawn to get back. Apparently that's kind of the only way. Slash home or slash spawn, and I don't use slash home, so I didn't have it set. To be honest, I considered for a moment, a very short moment, I considered solving that legitimately. Like being in Abydos and setting up infra and basically doing everything here again. Yeah, I think that's too much investment for what would have been pretty low returns in terms of enjoyment. Because I've already seen all of this. I don't want to do it again already. I'm not ready for that. Hey, there's a cow in there. Anyway, I slash spawned back, so I'm back. Now I really want to process this bacteria because I need ethanol. And my hog situation is really bad. That's why these are all empty. I'm basically out of hog and I'm pretty much just running on plasma, which is not enough. I've even upgraded my 2 helium plasma fusion reactors to tier 2, both in the casings and in the coils, or the neutron reflectors. So it's, I think, 4 times faster now, and it's still not enough. It's not even close. This is kind of an emergency because Aug is my main power source, and ethanol is surprisingly difficult to scale without bacteria. But look at this recipe. Ooh, that looks a lot better. Now, I don't know how the bacteria stuff works, so I'll have to investigate that. I think I am slightly power positive, I hope. Yeah, okay, these are filling up, right? Yeah, okay. So I might have to do a little bit of extra waiting until I get this solved, but it is what it is. I can also scale plasma, of course. It's not like the end of the world. Anyway, I need to get gritty aquarium, which I can get from bedrock fluid drilling, which means I finally need to make the advanced fluid drilling rigs. These are the multi-block drills that you place on bedrock, and then it drills fluids from underneath the bedrock. They're not actually there, it's just simulated, but this was my original plan for oil in Ada before I learned that the overworld was getting its underground veins taken away. There's no ground, so, you know, it kind of makes sense. But I am going to need this gritty aquarium pretty soon, basically now. I don't think I'll be able to make the Elite Fluid Drilling Rig 3, but I can make this pretty easily, actually. So I should set that up too. But first, I want to kind of just clean up my inventory, clean up my head, make a proper plan. I'm just kind of listing things I need to do without really having a proper plan behind it, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna think about this a little bit. I've decided really quick I'm gonna upgrade the plasma power here because I can swap out the rotors for prismalium, which would be a pretty big boost. I can also swap out the rotor holder for a ZPM one. I can swap out dynamos, energy hatches, everything. I can upgrade everything here. And I've also swapped out the helium plasma recipe for tin plasma. I didn't look too closely. I don't know if this is actually better. I can't imagine it's gonna be worse. It's a tier 2 material. Surely it's better, right? But I don't know. I guess we'll see. So I'm making tin plasma now. This has a lot more EU per millibucket. 172,000 per millibucket compared to helium plasma, which is like 11,000 per millibucket. So it's 10 times denser. I probably should check to make sure this is actually better to be doing it like this, but maybe I just won't check. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. You ain't gonna do shit. As for my immediate next plan, I am gonna get the gritty aquarium. I am gonna get darmstadium. I mean, I have some. It's just in liquid form, so I just need to make some ingots. And then I can make 2 new multis. The cyclonic sifter and the molten destabilizer. There's a nice recipe here from the molten ore mixture. This is probably better than what I have. It's probably a good time, honestly, to go through my ore generation area, which I said I was going to go through, but I actually never ended up doing. It's also probably a good time to start tightening up the passive processes because there have been a lot of shortages lately. So I need to look at all the different things that I've unlocked and see if there's better routes to make things, because there probably are. And I can probably start switching off of the perfect overclocked multis and start using the parallel multis instead. But anyway, I need to make these 2 multi-blocks in order to start magma processing. There are 3 lines that I can see for Abydos. There's this bottom line that goes all the way to Zapolgium, also thallium, iodine, and tellurium, and selenium. There's this middle line, which goes all the way to NAC, so this might just be an improved recipe for things I already have, which is kind of nice. And then there's the top route, which ends with zirconium, lutetium, dysprosium, europium, and samarium. Lutetium in particular is going to be very important soon. But the main reason I need to do the magma processing is to get zirconium, so I can make the tier 3 neutron reflector casings. That said, I think it would be wise if I did all of that next episode, and I dedicate the rest of this episode to really beefing up what I have, because there's a lot of shortages around the place. I suppose I'm gonna have to scale up my ethanol without the bacteria, because bacteria is actually kind of far away. Not that far, but it's further than it seems. So that means I need a lot of biomass and a lot of farms. That's fine. I'm gonna get to work. I like how I said rest of this episode. That was about 20 seconds. We're done! Thank you for watching this episode of the HamCorp Training Manual. In the next episode, we will cover all the revamped and improved processing lines around the base, scaling things up, and we will progress into UV at long last. This was a good episode, employees. 1 gate down and 2 to go. See you next time.